welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. This is Market Today. I'm Sakshi Batra and with me is Shail Bhatnagar. Well, this truncated week has actually turned out to be a decent one for the Nifty. And despite the volatility that we've seen in the last two trading sessions, the Nifty is still up 1% in this truncated week. And this will be the second straight weekly gain for the index if it manages to now close above 22,419. However, it was the broader markets that truly outperformed in yesterday's trade. It was Nifty Bank that continued to put in pressure on the markets as well as on the Nifty. The question is, will the banks continue to keep the Nifty upside in check even today? We will tell you all of it over the next 90 minutes. Good morning to all our viewers and good morning, Shail.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's the end of what has been a fantastic week, as Sakshi has already pointed out. We have very strong cues coming in. Let's discuss them in great detail. The first chart that comes in front of you is obviously the Nifty daily chart. You have 22,650 on the board, up 43. Remember, yesterday was a mildly volatile day because it was the weekly expiry, but this week has been fantastic. And the one important number that I'm looking at is highest weekly close as far as markets are concerned, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is 22,520 for the index. It should be very easily achievable, given the fact that it's already about 130 points above that particular number, and the fact that cues coming in on Wall Street, especially from the way the other asset classes are moving, are very strong. Let's start with the daily chart that is there in front of you. We'll also be showing you a lot of other indices, ladies and gentlemen, in particular the dollar index, in particular the US 10-year yield, as also the CPSE ETF and the CPSE index. Each has a reason and we'll go into them in some detail. So, ladies and gentlemen, given the fact that we are in the last trading day and cues are strong, we expect a positive start on the Nifty, and that's more than visible the way GIFT Nifty is moving somewhere like 80-85 points higher. Strong GST numbers that came on Wednesday have underpinned this very sharp move that you've seen on Thursday as well as the day before. You have take a look at the CPSE index. This is the index composed of public sector companies at a record high right in front of you, and that has shown strength. The entire PSU pack, led by power financing companies such as RECL, PFC, power producers such as NTPC, NHPC, whole host of OMCs such as HPCL, IOC, have shown a very smart trajectory in yesterday's trade that's likely to continue tomorrow. Let's look at the cues that are coming in from Wall Street. Let's look at crude oil prices. The crude oil is now below 200-day moving average, and that's a very positive for domestic equities, because India imports about 85% of her crude oil requirements. That is headed lower, and that's a very big positive to domestic equities. Look at the dollar index. It denotes strength. A weakness in dollar index means metal counters will go up. The dollar index is lowest since April 11th. It is down for the third day in a row. You look at the US 10-year yield, again down for third day at about 4.589. Now look at the other interesting data. Wall Street, two very big developments. The close on the Nasdaq was very strong, driven primarily by very good numbers posted by Apple, and the sixth buyback in 6 years by this phone maker to the tune of $110 billion. That sparked interest on the Nasdaq, and it will impact Indian IT positively, because Indian IT is also trading at its 200-day DMA. The index shut shop at 33,200, and that is an interesting number to look at. Now let's look at what the Nifty is positioned at. If you look at the option chain for the month of for the week ending May 9th, it's almost evenly balanced. You have the maximum call OI at about 22,700, and then it's at 23,000. So if this trend were to continue, we've already seen 22,775 a couple of days back. So the next target for Nifty bulls is 23,000, obviously with the requisite dips in prices. The maximum put interest now stands at 22,600. That means that the bulls have strengthened their support levels at 22,600, at 22,550 and 22,500. So any dip towards 22,600, 22,550 in particular should be purchased on the Nifty with open arms as far as intraday positioning is concerned. Because it's the beginning of the new expiry, we'll be looking at the 22,700 call on the Nifty expiring May 9th. Remember, we've already had this interest over the last 2 or 3 trading sessions. We had marked this call on the Tuesday that's gone past in this week. So 22,600, 550 and 22,500 are very, very strong supports for the Nifty. On the way up, the initial resistance is at 22,700, and then, ladies and gentlemen, we'll open the gates for 22,800 and subsequently 23,000. My understanding is that you'll see 23,000 coming in the month of May. So this is something that needs to be noted at. Nifty earnings today, Britannia and Titan. F&O earnings today, MRF and Godrej Properties. And I'm looking at 3 stocks in particular. Aviation giant Indigo, a dip in crude oil prices. Remember, we marked it early morning yesterday. The stock is already at an all-time high. I see more gains coming in. Bajaj Finance, the RBI has lifted its instructions that were there 6 months ago since November 15th on Bajaj Finance's Instacards and e-commerce lending. So Bajaj Finance will be under view, and of course Yes Bank. A major transaction is expected, a block deal worth at least 1,400 crores, 1,500 crores from one stock owner, Carlyle, which owns 8.75% stake in Yes Bank. So these are the 3 stocks that I have in view. In particular, I look at a nice positive day as far as the Nifty and the Bank Nifty are concerned. Good buying in mid caps and small caps, and of course auto and the entire PSU pack will be in hot demand. Sakshi.
Let's look at the global cues then. Well, the US markets did rally in the overnight trading session as investors wait the Federal Reserve's more dovish than expected interest rate guidance going forward. The Dow Jones index also ended about 0.85% higher. The S&P index gained about 0.9% in trade, whereas the tech-heavy Nasdaq index skyrocketed about 1.5% in the overnight trading session as well. Following this, we've actually seen that the Asian markets also rose in the early morning trading session today, tracking the Wall Street gains and ahead of the key US employment data too. And we've seen that across the board, a lot of gains were being seen. So Kospi was up, Hang Seng was up by 1.3% in the early trading action, but subdued trade on the Nikkei and the Shanghai index as of now. As far as the trends in the GIFT Nifty are concerned, they are indicating a gap up start for the broader index in India with a gain of 104 points or about 0.5% in trade. The flows, as far as the foreign investment flows are concerned, the FIs net sold about 965 odd crore rupees worth of shares, while domestic institutional investors pumped in 1352 odd crore rupees worth of shares in yesterday's trading action. A lot of stocks that you need to keep in mind. First are the stocks which are in news flow, and the second set is on the earnings front. So Bajaj Finance is going to be in focus, because the company has said that the RBI has now lifted the restrictions that were imposed on the sanction and the disbursal of new loans under the e-com and online digital Insta EMI card segment. And this decision comes after the company took remedial actions to address the concerns that were raised by the regulatory authority. So there could be a bounce in this stock that you could expect. Mazagon Dock is going to be in focus. The company has received an international shipbuilding order worth $42 million to construct 3 hybrid power vessels. And apart from this, Yes Bank is going to be in focus. As Shail pointed out, Carlyle Group is likely to offload a significant chunk of its stake worth about 1,500 crore rupees in the private lender through block deals that could be scheduled today. Carlyle holds about 8.7% stake in the post-warrant conversion in the bank. As far as MOIL is concerned, the manganese ore production in April increased by 20% year on year. We did see this stock really skyrocket in trade yesterday, about 8.5%. We could see some follow-up buying even today. As far as the earnings are concerned, Coal India will be in focus. It reported a 26% rise in the consolidated net profit to 8,682 odd crore rupees for Q4. The company's consolidated net profit had stood at 6,875 crores in the year-ago period. Its income has, however, declined to about 39,654 crores in this current quarter. As far as JBM Auto is concerned, on the consolidated YOY basis, we've seen that the revenue has inched up 38% at 1,332 crores. However, the net profit has come down sharply by 62% at just about 10 or 10.2 odd crore rupees. And the margins are also down by about 358 basis points year on year to 4.9%. So there could be some weakness that you can spot here. CEAT has reported its numbers on a consolidated YOY basis. Revenue just up 4% at 2,992 crores. Margins have improved by 29 bips, and the net profit, however, has declined by almost 23% to 102 odd crore rupees. So again, there could be some pressure on Coforge. Consolidated quarter-on-quarter basis, we've seen revenue just improved by 1.5% to 2358 crores. EBIT, however, was down 4%. EBIT margins, however, have slashed also by 74 bips at 12.76%, and the profits are down as well. So weak earnings, therefore, and therefore you could see some pressure built up in last 1 week. We've seen the stock decline by 5%. Ajanta Pharma, there could be some positive traction here. The company has reported earnings. Consolidated YOY basis, revenue is up 19.5% at 1,054 crores. The net profit is up 65% to 203 crores, and the margins have improved very sharply by 946 bips at 26.4% as well. So those are the stocks that I'm keenly watching out for. I guess our guest is also with us now. Mr. Kiran Jani is with us. He's the head of technical research at Jainam Broking. Kiran, warm welcome to Business Today Television. Good morning to you. Tell us how are you looking at the trade setup on Nifty Bank, and how would you really look at the strategy today?
Very good morning, everyone. So overall, if we check out the market, we have two major news or cues are coming. One was the Fed, which was happened, and another is our domestic elections. So now, as far as concern our domestic elections, mostly priced in, or I can say market has priced in whatever the event result can be happen. So the market is very calm. The volatility is staying at lower level. As far as we are considering last year election, the volatility was trading somewhere around 20-22, and this year it is trading around 10-11. So we are not expecting any unexpected result from election. But if it is come, then there are chances that we can see some high volatile session. As of now, technically market is in very strong hand with bullish setup. We are seeing that market trading above its all important moving average in near all-time high. Mid cap and small cap are also outperforming. So overall market breadth is very positive. Now coming to the intraday point of view or a short-term point of view, Nifty is showing us that the current weekly PCR ratio is above 1. It is clearly bullish sign. Another thing which we are seeing that 22,700 put writers holding more than 1 lakh lot. And the 22,700 put, it's considering as an in the money put. So generally we are seeing that out of the money put holding maximum open interest, and whenever the in the money put are holding this much kind of open interest is showing extraordinary bullishness. So we are expecting Nifty to outperform today or tomorrow in next particular trading sessions. So the strategy for the Nifty is clear cut, buy on dips. We are seeing a good support around 22,600 to 22,550. We are expecting price target of 22,750 to 800 today or maybe tomorrow, and we would like to keep a stop loss below 22,550. So overall, for a day or 2 day, we are expecting Nifty to touch 22,800 kind of things. And as Shailji mentioned, that we can see 23,000 kind of a target during this May month also. Coming to the Bank Nifty is also into the strong hand. We are seeing that there are concerns into the private bank, but once again, PSU Bank is outperforming. Nifty PSU index already given a breakout, and SBI, Bank of India, those are the stocks which are leading from that particular index. So there are chances that Bank Nifty can keep consolidating, but the overall view is very bullish. So in case any dips toward 49,100 to 49,200, that would be the accumulation opportunity. Keep a strict stop loss below 48,800, and we are expecting a miracle level of 50,000 sooner. So both indices are into the bullish zone. Buying dips would be the strategy for both indices.
Right. Very good morning to you, Kiranji, and the warmest welcome on Market Today. We are also waiting for our dear friend, Mr. Avinash Gorakshakar, to join us. He will be handling the fundamental part of the business today. Kiranji, let's look at stocks that are in the news, in particular Bajaj Finance. The counters below its 200-day DMA, and the RBI has now lifted its 6-month ban on 2 major products that were selling online products for Bajaj Finance. What are the charts of this counter telling you?
Very good morning, Shailji. So overall, if we check about the Bajaj Finance chart, the stock price was trading into the bullish hand, but we have seen that stock price again faced resistance of is 200 DMA. Once again, the two times already market has faced that resistance. But on the contrary, the bullishness we are seeing in this chart. Why? Because there is a clear-cut rising trend line support is there. Number one. Number two, on momentum indicator, we are seeing some hidden bullish divergence are there. And currently, whatever the downfall started, we are not seeing lucrative volumes. And last but not the least, stock price is taking support of its 20 days moving average. So stock price is trading above its short-term moving averages, but it is trading below long-term moving averages. So it is kind of in range with bullish biasness. And after this news, we are expecting price can show some positive move. So the conditional buy would be like this: okay, 6950, 6950 to 7000. This is the cluster resistance for today's. If market gaps up above 6950, then there are chances we can see some fire move on Bajaj Finance for today or maybe tomorrow towards 72,000, 7200. So as of now, buy on dips or maybe at gap up 6950, we can go long. Keep strict stop loss below 6850 and for the price target of 7200.
Okay, just a background on Bajaj Finance, ladies and gentlemen. If you look at the 1 year performance of Bajaj Finance, the counter is up just 8.5%. It's underperformed the Nifty and a whole host of long-term good quality stocks by a very wide margin. So this is a very important development. Let's see if Bajaj Finance is able to close above its 200-day DMA today. The other question, Kiranji, is a broader one from the PSU basket. Huge rallies witnessing in the entire power sector, whether it is financiers or producers or ancillaries, as also OMCs, you name it. The sector and the stock within the PSU basket was up yesterday. Your two favorites from that space on the long side, sir.
So overall Nifty PEC index, you are seeing it is trading at all-time high, and as you mentioned that many stocks, whether we are talking about the power generation or energy generation, power distribution stock, power finance stock, all are trading at high levels. And which stocks we are liking, the last time also we discussed, that is Coal India. We are liking this Coal India stock since long time. Stock has performed very well. Recently stock is into the consolidation zone, and the rally started from last 2 days. Coal India is not performing. So there are chances that Coal India will start performing maybe today or in some near future. So Coal India is trading somewhere around 450, and we are expecting price to touch 500 kind of a target. At the moment, the price chart is suggesting that prices is taking support of 20 and 50 days moving average with bullish biasness and taking a rising trend line support also. So Coal India is one of the stock which we are liking. Another stock in from same sector, but it is from private sector. From private player, it is Tata Power. You can see Tata Power chart also. The similar fashion, Tata Power was into the consolidation phase. It has given a breakout from 420, 430 resistance zone. Now the stock price is trading above 460 level. We are expecting Tata Power to keep going up somewhere around 480 to 500 level. So Tata Power and Coal India would be the stock which we are liking, and we are keep accumulating this stock at lower level also.
Okay. Our other guest has also joined in. Let's welcome Avinash Gorakshakar, Head of Research at Profit Mart Securities. Good morning to you, Avinash, and thank you so much for taking the time out for this discussion. What have you made of the kind of earnings that have been reported up until thus far? We are now moving into the thick of action. Several sectors have reported largely. All the Nifty companies have also reported their earnings. What has stood out for you?
I think clearly, Sakshi, if you ask me, the overall, the performance for Q4 has been in line with expectations. I think some of the sectors which have really done well have been the auto, the real estate, and the capital goods sector. And I think domestic-facing themes are going to do much better. If you look at the export-oriented kind of themes like IT, or for that reason, metals, we still believe that the domestic market is going to offer a better risk reward. In fact, some of the macro themes like the banks, NBFCs have also done pretty well. Housing finance companies have also done pretty well. If you look at the performances in Q4, the asset quality, the loan book growth. So I think all said and done, the economy is on a strong path. But I think, yes, one concern which I have is basically on the valuation side. markets have run up very fast. So now I think going forward will be little tough going ahead.
Any particular stocks that you have wanted to upgrade after the earnings?
I think one or two stocks, which we continue to feel, are undervalued. I think one is, Ask Automotive from the auto component segment. We believe that, the company is a market leader in the brake shoes as well as advanced braking system for the two-wheeler segment. In fact, they have all the large OEMs like Bajaj, TVS, Hero Motor, Honda Motors as their customers. Last year, the company reported a top line of almost 2,200 crores plus and a bottom line of 125 odd crores. In the first 9 months already the company has posted a profit of 126 crores, and recent developments have been quite positive. Now the company wants to get into alloy wheels. The plant is going to start from the fourth quarter of FY25, and plus they have tied up with a Japanese company called Asin, where they will now be entering the passenger car segment for aftermarket components. Now these are very positive developments. Our sense is that this year, the company could end up at around 175 180 crores profit, and next year could be a much better year, that is FY25, at around 240 250 crores. So I think this stock definitely deserves a little more attention, because we feel that we could see levels of around 375 385 in the next, say, 12 to 15 months. So this could be a good pick from the auto component space. And another stock, which Sakshi we have suggested on your channel already, I think Anantraj. The company has come out with very solid numbers: 263 crores profit compared to 150 crores last year. And I think now the data center business is gaining a lot of traction. So I think one should not be surprised that next year the data center business could generate revenues as high as at least 250 to 260 crores. And this is a very profitable business. So I think at 350 rupees, it's a bargain. My sense is over the next 12-15 months, you could see a lot of re-rating here, and the price could be anywhere between 430 to 450. So again, from a medium term perspective, in a very, volatile and a very expensive market, I would say that these are two stocks where one could get a decent risk reward even at the current.
Okay, we'll again show the chart of ASK Automotive. Remember, the company had an IPO of about 834 crore rupees, priced at 282 rupees fairly recently. The stock actually slipped below that value at about 240 somewhere in March of 2024. It got listed in November of 2023. So it's almost available around its IPO price of 282 at about 309, and the all-time high that we've seen is 334. Good morning to you, Avinash, and a very warm welcome. How do you see Bajaj Finance? The restrictions from the RBI have been lifted, and the company's informed shareholders that it's likely to begin work on loans via e-commerce and Instacards almost immediately. Below 200-day and a relative underperformer all through 2023-24. Bajaj Finance.
No, I think, Shailendra, today I think the stock will definitely open with a strong gap up, because this news has definitely been awaited for a long time, and I think this is definitely positive news. A large part of the business now going ahead for Bajaj Finance is going to come from the e-commerce or maybe the electronic route, and this definitely would add a lot of momentum to the earnings growth for FY25 and beyond. Most importantly, I think within the NBFC space, we are positive on the larger kind of players which have got, very strong balance sheets, a healthy AUM, and a large, domestic customer base. So I think, Bajaj Finance definitely should do well. Our sense is that at least in the very near term, 72, 7300 is very much possible. But again, from a 12 to 15-month time frame, we could see some hiccups on the way. But yes, I mean, somebody who wants to even do a SIP gradually at these levels would definitely see a good risk reward over the next, say, 12 to 15 months.
Okay, let's get Kiranji into the conversation. Earnings today on Britannia, Kiranji, and the stock has been a relative underperformer as far as the Nifty is concerned. It's just up 4.4% as far as the 1 year performance is concerned, again below 200 DMA. What are the charts of Britannia telling you?
So overall, if we are considering the daily chart prices is trading below its all important moving average number one, but stock has a very good support of its rising trend line, which stays somewhere around 46.50 to 46.70. So as of now, we are not recommending go long at current market price. It would be a conditional buy. If stock price is crossing above 4800, then one can look at for the long side. Otherwise, let's wait for the dip somewhere around 4680 or maybe 4650. Then someone can enter into the stock price. Current market price, it's not suitable for go long because risk reward ratio is also not favorable. So whoever is holding, they can keep holding, keep stop loss below 4600, and any dips towards 4650, 4680 would be the accumulation zone with stop loss of 4600 again.
Okay, the other company to declare its numbers will be Titan today. The stock closed at about 4% higher as far as this particular quarter is concerned, actually down 1.2%, but it's improved about 33% over the last 1 year. This is something, these are the two Nifty based counters that you need to look at. Sakshi.
Take your view on two particular set of stocks. One is Coal India after the earnings. What have you made of the earnings? We've seen Jefferies continue to give a buy rating and a target price of 520. They do believe that the fourth quarter's EBITDA and PAT has grown 21-26% year on year, including the effect of the changes in the accounting policy, and that holds positive. And the other thing is that CLSA has also come out with a report on metals, where they do believe that there is a resilient outlook on aluminium and demand recovery could support prices, and therefore Indian smelters are at a better placed position right now. They've given a buy rating on both Hindalco and Vedanta and raised the target prices for both, for 770 for Hindalco and 430 for Vedanta. How would you look at the metals basket and Coal India?
This is for me, Sakshi.
Yes, Avinash.
I think, as I mentioned to you, see, metal basket has definitely shown a lot of vibrancy. Our sense is that, Tata Steel, Hindalco, these kind of integrated players would definitely benefit from any upsurge in the metal prices globally. And I think, at least the next 1 or 2 quarters are going to be important. Domestic demand continues to be very strong. And therefore, on one side, I think the companies are well covered. But in terms of the global positioning, I think we need to see a little more action from the China market, because as of now, we have not seen any major buying happening from China. China being a very big, buyer on the metal side, any kind of sporadic buying or any kind of preemption of any buying coming in could actually re-rate the stock significantly. I think another couple of quarters one could see the reflection in the numbers, but some investor who's got a high risk appetite could definitely look at something like a Hindalco or maybe a Tata Steel. I would say is that size of the balance sheet and the geographical kind of reach both in the domestic and export markets is going to be very important for choosing players from the metal industry. As far as Coal India is concerned, I think my sense is that next year should also be a good year. Power consumption has been going up, plus production at Coal India has been going up quite steadily. So I think clearly, from a medium term perspective, any weakness in the stock should be.
Okay.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we'll start focusing on pre-open rates now. The Nifty, just as the GIFT Nifty had pointed out, has a 100-point uptick, 22,762, and the stock that's driving it, ladies and gentlemen, is Bajaj Finance, up 10% in initial trades, 75.70. It's taken out its 200-day DMA with a gap up. Let's see how it goes from now on. But this is a very, very good sign of a lot of strong mojo coming back into one of the finest balance sheets as well as stock performers on Dalal Street. We'll focus on some other shares. Let's look at what HDFC Bank is doing. A rupee higher, 1533. Reliance, 5 rupees higher, 2938. And Infosys, 30 rupees higher at 1444. So two themes that we were discussing pre-open. One, a bounce back in IT because of a strong close in Nasdaq is happening, and of course Bajaj Finance. What are the other shares within the index heavyweight which are within the index which are moving? One good sign is that all 10 are in the green. Therefore, we are going to have a great day. In fact, we are going to have a phenomenal day. At the moment, it's a 210 uptick on the Nifty, 22,866. Kiranji and I were discussing 23,000 on the Nifty in May. I think we are going to see it happening next week given the strength that is there in the market. So Infosys and Bajaj Finance are driving the Nifty up today. Let's look at some very strong moves coming into the FNO space minus the index heavyweights. Let's look at some stocks that are really buzzing. Indus Star, no stopping it, 2.5% higher, 361.80. Coal India, now this is really interesting. A fresh move, 2.2% higher, 464. We'll keep this in mind because this is Kiranji's top pick as well. What's buzzing? India Mart, no stopping it. Yesterday was up 8%, today 1.2% higher, 2900. Dabur, the earnings were fairly okay, strength coming back 1.85% higher, 535. A quick look at NSE 500. Ajanta Pharma, ladies and gentlemen, 20% higher, 2680. Bajaj Finance is still stuck at upper circuit, 10% higher, 7570. Blue Star, strong earnings yesterday, 1.9% higher, 1448. JBM Auto, Sakshi's marked this, 2023% higher. It's going to be a great day, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see how it settles out. But first, coming to you, Kiranji, would you buy the 10% uptick on Bajaj Finance or you will wait?
Considering the technical setup, I will definitely wait because we are seeing that there are some resistance placed at 77, 7600 kind of place. And if if price is not able to cross, then again we can see prices to retest is earlier resistance somewhere around 7300. So 7300, 7400 would be the level where we like to enter. As of now, pre-open is showing us that 75 kind of a level the stock is supposed to open. But we will not chase any cap up on Bajaj Finance. 73 to 7400 accumulation zone will be there. So if price drop in this zone, we would like to go long.
Okay, two stocks I need to mark on news based. Remember, there is a block deal of 1500 crore rupees expected on Yes Bank. The counters opened a percent lower, 25.2 in pre-open trades. And Signity Technologies, this is the buyout candidate from Coforge, which at the moment is 0.5% higher at 1349. At the same time, also let's look at Coforge. Very bad set of numbers. It's opening, ladies and gentlemen, 10% higher. 10% lower, 4487. Sakshi.
Right. I'm also looking at one more stock, which is Agro Capital, and here the company had reported earnings, and the stock is inching higher in the pre-opening trade by about 6% The AUM for the company has gone up by about 48.8%, and the NII has also seen an improvement of about 25.5%. Avinash, to you, how are you looking at Agro Cap right now?
So I think Sakshi, as you rightly mentioned, numbers have been very strong, and I think this is one of those companies, which provides finance to the SME and the MSME sector, and they have a algorithm software by which most of the decisions like disbursement, credit evaluation are all automated. I would not be surprised that we could see some further re-rating here because the stock has corrected quite sharply. And I think with good data points and plus, hopefully the management commentary being obviously also okay once the results are out, we would be awaiting the analyst call details. But I think clearly numbers are much better than expectations, and one could expect a decent upside even from the current levels.
Okay, and the news that Shail was mentioning, Coforge, which has launched an open offer to acquire additional 26% stake in Signity Technologies. For Coforge, the earnings have been subdued, and the brokerage houses have also come out with some downgrades on the stock. But on Signity, there is some kind of an uptick that we see on in the pre-open levels. How are you looking at it? So Coforge is down 10%, and Signity is showing some upticks right now, Avinash.
I think clearly, this deal was in the pipeline for a long time, Sakshi. And I think, clearly on a standalone core business, Coforge has disappointed the markets. We'll have to see how the integration actually happens once the open offer is complete, because I think there are a lot of synergies, and obviously how Coforge capitalizes on this acquisition is going to be very important. But I think the impact of this is going to be felt only after the next couple of quarters. So I think, we'll have to wait and watch. As far as Coforge is concerned, I would assume that, some further price correction cannot be ruled out, because I think the numbers have been extremely disappointing. And I think now what management commentary comes out post the, Signity acquisition, how they plan to integrate operations is going to be very crucial. So I would may say that only on declines one could look at Coforge. Signity, I would say that now since the open offer has been announced, I think it's better to wait and watch how the stock performs. Clearly, longer term, integration with Coforge would definitely prove beneficial to the shareholders.
Okay, got that. Right. Anything else, Kiran, that you spotted in the pre-opening that you'd like to highlight?
So in pre-opening, we are seeing LIC insurance. So as of now, the daily chart concern, stock price has given a breakout from its rectangle pattern. It was our trading call also. The stock price is trading above its 20 and 50 days moving average, and 1000 was the cluster resistance. Yesterday, we have seen the first time stock price was closing somewhere around 1000 only, and momentum indicator is also showing the into the momentum in bullish zone. Sorry. The volume consideration, the volume is also very good volume and with high delivery marking. The average volume was 20 days higher than the 20 days volume. So overall chart setup is very strong. We can buy it current market price around 1000, keep a strict stop loss of 980, and we are expecting price target of 1050 in short time. So LIC insurance, one can go long.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have a 118 point uptick on the Nifty. This is the gap up at 22,766, just a whisker away from the all-time high of 775. Absolutely no doubt in the minds of good traders that Infosys and Bajaj Finance will be the two stocks that will drive the Nifty forward, at least today. Bajaj Finance has settled 9% higher, 617, 7,500 for you. And Infosys is 15 rupees higher, 1429. Remember, both these stocks over yesterday's close were below their 200 DMA. The other interesting thing that I'd like to point out is the Nifty ITBs. This is again an ETF somewhere priced between 18 rupees, 19 rupees. I'll try and get the right price out. It's available around 200 DMA, and it's the Nifty IT index which we'll be keeping a close eye on. Let's also look at some good fun that's happening on the mid-cap space. Remember, the mid-cap index is now opening at a fresh record high. The rally on its 7th day as far as consecutive trades are concerned, and out of the 100 shares on the Nifty mid-cap index, only 3 have opened in the green, ladies and gentlemen. Among them, 2 are Yes Bank and Coforge, both driven by news. The other segment I think that will move today will again be the defense pack. Mazgaon 1.46% higher, 2386. Coming to you, Kiranji, any favorites that you have within the defense sector? What looks good on the charts?
So in defense sector, we are liking two stocks. Both are PSU stocks only. So first is Bharat Dynamics. If you check Bharat Dynamics check, it is retesting of its previous breakout level, ascending triangle pattern, and the stock price, the RSI is also giving a fresh bullish uptick also. And recently, whatever the corrections coming from higher level, the volumes are not that lucrative. So it is considering a accumulation kind of a opportunity. So as of now, the stock price is trading somewhere around 1960, 1970 kind of a zone. We would like to go long, keep a strict stop loss below 1940, and considering the chart pattern, we are expecting price target of 2100 in short time. Another stock which we are liking is GRSC, Garden Rich Shipping. So in GRSC, if you check, the overall chart pattern is very good. You can also expecting some good move in a particular stock also. So GRSC and BDL both are our preferred pick into the defense.
Okay, one more stock that I'll keep an eye out on, Bodil Chemicals. News just coming in that the government authority has recommended an imposition of provisional anti-dumping duty on the imports of a chemical called trichloroisocyanuric acid. My organic chemistry days are coming back to me. Originating in or exported from whatever countries that make that. Bodil Chemicals, let's just see what the snap quote is. It closed at 77.75 yesterday, about flat, and it's opening where it is. Sakshi, what else are you watching?
Well, a block deal has happened on Coforge Shell. 77,000 shares have seen exchange hands of about 34 odd crore rupees. So we'll continue to keep an eye out on Coforge the way it opens today. So right now it's about a 10% downtick. The other one, of course, Ajanta Pharma continues to soar higher, about 12% higher in trade right now. Very strong move can be seen, and this is after the block deal and the buyback that the company has announced worth about 285 crore shares at a 24% premium, and that has perhaps led to this very sharp uptake. Avinash, would you have a view on Ajanta Pharma?
No, I think Ajanta Pharma, if I'm not wrong, I think has announced some corporate action, some buyback has been announced. I
Yes.
think clearly, I think this is one of the trigger point for today's movement. And I think overall, looking at the kind of business model Ajanta Pharma runs, I would not be surprised that, they are large players not only in the domestic market, but even in the Russian market. So I think numbers going forward, Sakshi, should be significantly better. I think, the company generates a lot of free cash. And I think this is probably the second buyback they have done. So I think this is definitely good news for the shareholders. And in terms of the upside, probably another 5 or 10% upside looks possible, but again, from a slightly medium term angle.
Okay, I'll mention one stock which has seen some kind of a decline. I think CEAT after the earnings is showing about a 9 to 10% decline. Remember, the revenue went up 4% for the company, but the net profit is down 22.7% at 102 crores. That probably has led to this decline, 9.8% lower. Avinash, first to you on CEAT, and then maybe Kiran can also give us his views on the charts.
No, I think CEAT has posted, slightly disappointing numbers, and I think one reason is the higher base. The base has increased, so now incremental, growth both on the top line as well as profitability seems to be a challenge. And secondly, I think for most of the tire companies, rubber prices have started going up. So I think that is another main concern. Although, most petrochemical prices are still more or less neutral, but clearly, I think if crude prices go up and if natural prices go up, then I think that's going to be a double whammy for CEAT. Most importantly, we have been seeing weaker numbers, from the commercial vehicle segment, which also is a slight negative for the company. Overall, I think it's only going to be volume growth, but margin pressure will continue to be there. So I think, at these levels, I would not advocate a buy. It's better to avoid it at these levels. Maybe the stock would correct a little bit going forward.
Okay, Kiran, to you on CEAT.
Okay.
So considering the daily chart price, the stock price is trading now whatever the pre-opening is showing us rate. If it is opening at somewhere around 2300, then there are chances that stock price will break its 200 days moving average also. So as of now in this fall, I would recommend just wait and watch and digest. Let's price to digest this volatility. After that, if stock prices keep continue holding 2400, then we can do some bottom fishing in this stock. As of now, we are recommending just wait and watch and avoid. Whoever is holding this particular stock, keep a very strict stop loss of 2400.
Okay, Kiran, very quick view. Indigo markets about to open. Very quickly.
So looking at Indigo chart, the overall price chart is giving us very high probability that prices can keep going upward. So we would like to recommend buy on dips at 4150. Keep a strict stop loss of 4100 and price target of 4220 to 4250.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have the first trades. The Nifty is kissing distance of a record high, 116 points higher, 22,764. The Bank Nifty, a double century, 225 points higher, 49,450. The Nifty IT index is flat, 42 points higher, and the 500 is opening 0.5% higher. The gap up on the Nifty has already taken out the first resistance. Let us see how things are from now on. Bajaj Finance, the showstopper today on the Nifty, 442 points higher, 73.25. It's taken out its 200-day moving average. Reliance going strong, 15 rupees higher, 29.47. Let's look at HDFC Bank, 3 rupees 30 higher, 15.35. Infosys, 5 rupees 60 higher at about 14.20. I'll be looking at the 22,700 Nifty call. Remember, we are tracking it since Tuesday for a May 9th expiry. We'll just update the price for you. Bajaj Finser, the twin of Bajaj Finance, is 6% higher, 96 rupees 1763. Okay, bad news. Coforge. Not so bad news. It was down 10%. Now it's down just 5.7%. 4700 for you. Let's look at the top gainers as far as F&O is concerned. We've discussed the Bajaj twins. Cholamandalam Finance, again earnings led, 2% higher, 1329. Manappuram Finance, 2.3% higher, 20575. Nothing much here. Let's look at F&O and beyond F&O, NSE 500. Okay, Ajanta Pharma, buyout, 11% higher, 2487. Hindustan Zinc, 4% higher, 449. Mazgaon 3% higher, 2422. Let's look at stocks which are at all-time high. Shriram Finance, Shobha Developers, Polycab. Now that's very, very interesting. Indigo, Tata Power and RECL. These are the stocks that are showing very good trends initially. Coming to you, Kiranji, what looks good to you as markets open? The Nifty now gathering strength, 125 higher, 2277.
So we are liking auto space, and from auto space, Tata Motor can be the stock which can be performed today, or maybe the stock for the day. The stock price was in the consolidation zone. Yesterday was the first day where Tata Motor has crossed this resistance of 1030, and we have seen a gap up opening also. Currently, Tata Motor is trading about 1035. So any dips towards 1030 or at current market price, we would like to go long. Keep a very strict stop loss of 1020. And looking at current market price, we are expecting price target of 1060, 1070 in day or a 1-2. So Tata Motor, it's gathering strength. So we are liking to go long.
Right.
Okay, Avinash, what attracts you to the market open today?
No, I think clearly the market is in a very strong momentum, Shell. I would be a little apprehensive because clearly, now since most of the result season numbers are out, I think now the market will be focusing on how the elections pan out. And I think the month of May is going to be extremely volatile. So I would prefer to wait and watch. I think rather than buying some stocks at the peak, kind of momentum cycle, it's always better to wait for a moderate correction. Although corporate news flows and earnings numbers have been pretty good. On the political side, I think one needs to be a little bit careful, and I think let's see how things pan out. But yes, any dip should be used as an opportunity to accumulate good quality stocks. That would be my advice. I mean, I am not in a hurry to buy the stocks, and in a kind of a very rising kind of volatile market.
Okay, just wanted to check on Yes Bank also. There is a 2.2% equity that has exchanged hands at 25, so about 61.4 crore shares. And you do see the stock slip into the red after that very large deal. About 63.6 crore shares have exchanged hands worth about 1602 crore rupees. And this is a 2.2% equity that's exchanged. And remember, we had been talking about Carlyle Group looking to offload a significant chunk of its stake worth 1500 crores. So I think that has already taken place. We'll continue to keep a watch on it at 25. So right now, just about flattish with a negative bias on this one. So just wanted to check that. You do have some other stocks that are moving very strong. So Agro Capital, remember in the pre-opening trade we were discussing this. It's constantly moving higher, 7% higher right now after very strong earnings on this one. Kiran, I'll take your view on this. How would you look at Agro Capital after the earnings? We did take Avinash's view and he was positive on it.
Which stock we are discussing?
Agro Capital, UGRO. 7% higher right now.
Yeah, Agro Capital, if we check, the stock price is not sustaining its gap up opening, number one, so that is a negative thing. But looking at the daily chart, the stock price has given a breakout from its falling trend line, so it is a positive thing, number one. Number two, we are seeing that stock price had a resistance of the 290 level, and the today gap up opening is happened above those levels. So 290 would be the intraday support also. So if stock prices keep holding 290, 291 level, then one can accumulate on dip side. Keep a very strict stop loss of 290. If stock price goes below 290, then there are chances stock will fill up its all gain and can move towards 280, 270 kind of a level. So as of now, keep a very strict stop loss below 290. Buy on dip would be the strategy for the target of 320, 315.
Moil is also inching higher. We had mentioned that the production has increased by 22%, and therefore you can see another strong day, about 3.5 to 4% higher on Moil right now after yesterday's sharp run up of 18.5% towards the closing of the session. Kiran, how do you see the chart right now? Can still the momentum be chased as it's now?
Moil, right?
Yeah, manganese ore.
So if you check MOIL chart, the on daily chart price, we are seeing that prices has given a breakout from flat pattern, and we are expecting prices to touch somewhere around 490, 500 level in upcoming time. So it would be a very aggressive call and also risky. So keep a very strict stop loss somewhere around 425 or 420. One can go long on dip only. As of now, at current market price, we are not recommending to go long because of the risk reward point of view. So any dips towards 440, 450 would be the level where we like to enter. Keep a very strict stop loss of 425, and we are expecting price target of 490 to 500 in upcoming time.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we'll focus on the 22,700 Nifty call expiring on May 9th. I'll request the PCR to fire it. Let's see what the price is. I tracked it 45 rupees higher. Now it's somewhere like 197, 198. Let's see what is the price that's buzzing on the screen. Please keep an eye out on this. There is a gap up, and the gap up is now building strength on the Nifty. The most immediate resistance is 22,784. Let's see whether that is cleaned out or not. But again, a record high on the index. Let's see how it negotiates. Very, very strong traction coming in as far as the advanced decline ratios are concerned, and that points to a very, very strong move ahead. We track 19 indices for you, ladies and gentlemen. 18 are in the green. It's topped by the Nifty Fin Services Index, record high 22,128. Mid cap index, record high at the moment, 0.5% higher, 51,317. Small cap index, record high, 0.5% higher, 17,091. What's the advanced decline ratio on the Nifty? 36:14. HDFC Bank is clicking in. Infosys is up. Bajaj Twins are up. Reliance is in the green. Let's just look at this one. What is Reliance trading at? Reliance is 10 rupees higher, 29.43. Kiranji, your view on 22,700 Nifty call expiring May 9th.
If you check May 9, 22,700 call, the price chart suggesting us that there is a breakout definitely. On hourly chart, we are seeing the resistance also of 200 level, and the way 22,700 put writers is holding an open interest, there are chances that expiry will definitely come above 22,700. So if anyone would like to go long, they can go long, but keep a very strict stop loss of 150. So currently 22,700 call trading at 200 level, keep a stop loss of 150, and we are expecting price target of somewhere around 310 to 325. So definitely we can go long on 22,700 call with the strict stop loss of 150 rupees.
Okay, within the PSU pack, as I had pointed out, a strong move coming in on the entire power sector. NTPC, 381, 2.35% higher. Kiranji, you had highlighted this stock. What to do now? Should we go forward or book profit?
This is for me?
Yes, Kiranji.
Okay. So looking at NTPC chart was into the consolidation phase. Yesterday we have seen the breakout is coming from that consolidation zone, and we are expecting these prices to keep going upside only. So definitely whoever is holding this particular stock or entered into this stock yesterday or today, they can hold this stock, keep very strict stop loss of 364. If 364 is not taken out, then there are chances stock price can touch 390 to 395 level in upcoming time. So definitely this can be hold with a stop loss of 364.
Okay, Kiranji, very quickly, Tata Power. These are the two stocks that you had highlighted, both of them at record highs. Tata Power 463.20, 1.2% higher.
So Tata Power, definitely we are liking this stock, but there are chances we can see some consolidation on this particular stock, but we keep accumulating at on dip. So as of now, who is holding this stock, keep holding this stock, keep a very strict stop loss of 430, and we are expecting price target of 500 in upcoming time.
Okay. The Nifty is at a record high level, viewers, and it's crossed the earlier level of 22,783 in the intraday level. So very, very strong move, and we have seen record high levels on the Nifty also. Kiranji, what next on the Nifty?
So Nifty, as we are considering the daily price chart, definitely the very superior and fast move has been came. So there are chances of some consolidation. But overall, if we check about the short-term view, we are expecting price target of, as we discussed in the morning also, 23,000 in the upcoming time. So definitely buy on dips would be the strategy on Nifty also. And 22,700 would be the intraday support. If price is going below that, then there are chances we can see some profit booking. Otherwise, we are expecting price target to touch 23,000 in upcoming time.
Okay. The one stock that I was looking at is BHEL. Strong move being seen on this one. I think it's now at a 52-week high of 301 odd rupees. Kiran, how are you looking at BHEL?
BHEL is the decade kind of a breakout candidate. We are seeing lastly BHEL was trading at 300 rupees in 2013 or maybe 2012. So after such a long period of time, we are seeing that prices is giving breakout. So there are chances that we can see some fire more this move keep long last. So as of now, at current market price, we are not recommending any new fresh long because we are seeing that momentum indicator into the extreme overbought territory, and this particular stock is very high beta out. So previously, we have seen that stock price has made a high of 280, and after that, we can see that prices tested 200 level also. So being in high beta stock, we are not recommending at current market price. Anyone is holding this particular stock, then they can hold this stock with a stop loss of 290. We are expecting price target of 330, 340 for the short term. And in case if anyone wants to long this stock, wait for the dip. 270, 250 would be the accumulation zone. So as of now, no fresh buying. Keep very strict stop loss of 290 for target of 330 to 340.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, now at 9:28, the first 5-7 minutes of trade have been completed, and we are looking at the second resistance of 22,784 being a bit of a stopper as far as Nifty is concerned, but it's only a matter of time given the strength that you see in the broader market that this will be taken out. Now, what is moving? Definitely BHEL, which Sakshi has already discussed. Tata Power and NTPC we've touched upon. It's the metal space and one of very high beta stocks, which is SAIL. Steel Authority is moving very smartly. You have two record highs, Hindustan Zinc and Jindal Steel and Power, both of them moving very strongly. Let's look at the most active counter within the metal space. Okay, 131 crores of transactions done on Steel Authority. Kiranji, what are the charts telling you? 1.8% higher, 168.45. Remember, we are again focusing on high beta, low ticket items within the PSU space. That's the one that's buzzing.
So overall, Nifty metal is trading at into the bullish zone only. We are seeing that metal prices is into the rising trend. So we are expecting this trend to keep continue. And within the basket, Steel Authority of India has given a fantastic breakout on weekly and monthly chart. On daily price chart also, it is giving a very small flag, but it is a bullish breakout. So definitely, as you mentioned, the stock price is very high beta. But looking at this price chart, definitely one can go long at 168, 166 kind of a level and keep very strict stop loss to 160. If 160 level is not breached out, then there are chances we can see upside of 185, 190 in upcoming time. So Steel Authority of India or a SAIL definitely can be a long candidate with a stop loss of 160.
Okay, and what would be your own top pick in the metal space, Kiranji?
So my own pick from metal is Orissa Mineral. So if you check Orissa Mineral daily price chart, the stock price was in the consolidation zone. Stock price had resistance of its 50 and 100 days moving average. Since last 3 days, we are seeing prices is trading above 50 and 100 days moving average. Stock price is also giving a breakout from its falling trend line. The very less volume stock, so keep consult your financial advisor before taking the stock trading idea into this stock. But overall, if you check the big breakout we are seeing on weekly and monthly chart, so something like Vedanta, we can expect similar kind of up move in Orissa Mineral. So currently it's trading at 6,800. If prices is not breaking the support level of 6,500, then we can expect some fire move in upcoming time, and we are expecting price target of 7,500 to 7,600. So you can go long on Orissa Mineral with a stop loss of 6,500.
Okay. Kiran, one stock that has been constantly in the buzz is Atul Limited again today, 4.4% higher right now. It's among the top movers in the F&O space. What do you spot here? Is there a move that one should continue to watch out for?
Atul Limited or Atul Auto?
Atul Limited.
Okay. If you check Atul Limited stock price, the stock price is giving a breakout from its falling trend line, number one. Number two, stock price is also giving a breakout from its double bottom pattern. The stock price is also trading above its 20 and 50 days moving average, and momentum indicator is also into the bullish zone. So multiple bullish sign we are seeing on Atul Limited. Currently stock price is trading at 62.40. So at current market price or any dips towards 6200 would be the buy. Keep a very strict stop loss below 6180, and looking at the double bottom size, we are expecting price target of 6600 in upcoming time. So definitely one can go long on Atul.
Okay. Avinash sir, I wanted to understand, Nifty at this fresh record, mid cap, small caps at fresh record again. You were earlier talking about slight caution that one should have at these elevated levels in the markets. What next would you be watching out for in this kind of a stupendous run up? Should one participate or should one stay away?
No, I think, see, Sakshi, my feeling is that optimism has been clearly been very euphoric, and I think at these levels, the risk reward is going to be extremely difficult for investors to make money. If at all the election numbers are not going to come as per expectations, then I think the markets could take this extremely negatively. We'll have to wait and watch for the month of May, but I think starting 6th of May till the end of May, I think is going to be a very volatile period for the markets. So I think it's better to keep your stocks on radar. As soon as you get good entry points, I think one could definitely start buying. But at these levels, I would be a little hesitant. I would look at stocks from the auto component, auto, capital goods, real estate, infra, cement. There are many promising sectors now in the market, but I think valuations have become expensive. So I think it's better to be a little watchful and be ready with cash so that whenever the correction comes in, which I feel could happen in the next, say, 3 to 4 weeks, I think that could be a good time to accumulate.
And from the real estate pack, where will you keep your focus? Any particular stocks that you have recently started to focus on?
Yeah, I think from the large caps, we continue to be positive on stocks like DLF, typically something like an Oberoi Realty, Soba Developers, then smaller real estate companies like Suntech, Anantraj. I would not be surprised that the real estate market is going to show very strong growth even in FY25. And I think most of these companies are sitting on good land banks, good order book visibility, and I think margins are definitely going to improve. And this is considering the fact that we may not see any immediate rate cut also happening. So despite that, inventories are selling pretty briskly. And I think one has to only give in little more time, for these specific stocks, because obviously as data points come in, you could see good amount of re-rating here.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, 9:35. First 20 minutes of trade have passed. Let's now look at what is the high of the Nifty. That will show you where markets are thinking. So the most immediate high is 22,794. Any move towards 22,794 and above will get the 22,800 Nifty option call in operation. Let's look at the price. At the moment, the 22,800 Nifty option call for May 9th is at 138 rupees and the 22,700 is at 199 rupees. These are the two stocks these are the two futures that I am looking at. Most probably 22,800 will be taken out today, given the strength that you are seeing in the Nifty. Let me just mention what are the top performers here, and they are, ladies and gentlemen, the entire Bajaj Auto pack, the Bajaj pack. Bajaj Finser 6.4% higher, Bajaj Finance 6.4% higher, Bajaj Finser 4% higher, Bajaj Auto almost a percent higher. Then you have Shriram Finance, you have strength coming into Tata Consumer. Remember, the numbers weren't all that good. You have NTPC 2.4% higher, and let's look at the all-time highs within the Nifty. That will give you an indication what the market is thinking. We have 5 all-time highs: State Bank of India, M&M, Grasim, Shriram Finance and NTPC. Kiranji, your view on Shriram Finance? Very strong set of numbers coming in from the NBFC. 1.7% high, 26.27. Kiranji, this was for you, Shriram Finance.
Okay, sorry. So if we check Shriram Finance stock price, the stock price is trading into the rising channel, number one. Number two, stock price was into the consolidation zone and made the resistance of 2600. Yesterday, there was a time when we seen that prices has closed above this resistance level, and today we are seeing that gap up opening with follow-up buying also. The momentum indicator is also trading into the bullish zone, so this up move can keep continue. Being in high beta stock, the stop loss is a little bit deep, somewhere around 2500. So at current market price or any dips toward 2580, 2590 would be the accumulation zone. Keep the strict stop loss of 2500, and we are expecting price target of 2800 in upcoming time. So the stock price is into the bullish setup. Definitely one can go long.
Okay, so that was the view on Shriram Finance. Avinash, I also wanted to take your view on Tata Technologies. The earnings will come today. What is your own expectation? Of course, this stock was in huge buzz when the IPO came in and it got listed. It's lied low for some more time, but ahead of its earning, it's up by 1.2% at 1103. What is your own view here?
I think, Sakshi, from a longer term perspective, this company has all the ingredients of becoming a wealth creation kind of stock. But I think in the very near term, one could expect some sort of moderate increase in earnings. Of course, after the results today, we would be having the conference call for the first time. My sense is that order book wins plus margin expansion and the growth outlook, these would be key data points which the market should be looking at from the management side. Numbers are going to be pretty moderate to decent, but I think going forward, what kind of growth trajectory the company expects. The company already has a large order book, but any incremental kind of order wins plus growth outlook and the margin trajectory going forward, if at all they are positive, then I think the stock could get definitely re-rated. At these levels, there's nothing to lose, but yes, I think you need to give a long-term horizon here. In the short term, the stock may remain in a very small range.
Okay. Well, on that note, thank you so much, Avinash, for being with us on the show and sharing all your views with us and several stocks and strategies that you've discussed. We'll see you very soon back on Market Today and on Business Today television. Meanwhile, it's the Nifty Bank that's also gathering pace. You can look at 49,445. Of course, it's largely driven by the financial services space, but even the private sector banks are somehow contributing. Kiran, second day in a row, and HDFC Bank is also contributing about 8 odd points, and it's been slightly coming back. How are you looking at the momentum on HDFC Bank right now?
So, considering the daily price chart, HDFC Bank has given a breakout from its ascending triangle pattern from 1500 level, and from 1500 level, we are seeing that prices continue going up. Because of the result and 200 days moving average, we've seen some price corrections, but again, it has taken a support of its breakout level. So overall chart setup is very good. We are seeing that resistance placed up 200 days moving average somewhere around 1540 level. So there are chances some consolidation keep going, but overall view is bullish. Definitely at current market price, or if anyone wants to chase momentum, then wait for prices to cross 1550. Once the 1550 cross, then there are chances we can see some fire moves on HDFC Bank, and we are expecting price target of 1600 plus. So as an investment, definitely we are looking HDFC Bank at current market price or even above 1550 if anyone wants to chase momentum.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, 9:40. We've done about 25 minutes of trade, and the mood is fairly strong. Bulls have 22,750 in their control and are facing a lot of resistance at 22,800. The Nifty is building steam, and let's look at the stocks that are helping the Nifty on its way up. The first three heavyweights first. Let's look at HDFC Bank, 3 rupees 20 higher, 1535, nothing much. It continues to negotiate its 200-day moving average. Reliance, 7.5 rupees higher, 2490, nothing much. 2940 here, ladies and gentlemen, my apologies. Infosys, 4 rupees higher, 1418. So the initial enthusiasm in the top three index heavyweights seems to be waning. What is moving is mid-cap IT, and on the green side is, ladies and gentlemen, KPIT Technologies. Remember, the numbers were very strong, including the guidance that came in. A lot of recovery yet to be done of an all-time high of 1800 rupees. Kiranji, what are KPIT Technologies charts telling you?
So looking at price chart of KPIT technology, overall the daily price chart is it in the bullish zone. We are seeing that after the consolidation or this recent price correction, stock price is into the bullish hand. Stock price had the resistance of its short-term moving averages like 50 and 20, but now stock price is trading above those important levels. So very good pick within the IT sector, I guess I can say. We can expect prices to touch somewhere around 1670, 1700 kind of level in upcoming time. So at current market price, which is trading at 1540, 44, we can go long, keep very strict stop loss of 1470, 1480. And looking at overall chart setup, we can expect 1700 kind of level in upcoming time. So very good choice. One can go long on this particular stock.
Okay, so that's the view coming in. Let's look at the banking space. Sakshi just highlighted the Nifty Bank now up a very strong move of about 200 points. Remember, this is also at a record high, and it's the private sector peers that are just taking it away. Let's look at what the stock is in action at the moment, and within the PSU, within the banking space, you have SBI at a record high, 833. Kiranji, earnings still to come. What are the charts of SBI telling you?
So considering SBI chart since last 3 days, we are seeing that volatility is contracting, price chart is also contracting. So at current market price, we are not advising to go long, but who is holding this particular stock, they can continue hold this stock. We are seeing that 800 was a very steep resistance. So any tips towards 800, 810 would be the accumulation zone or a fresh long. So once again, who is holding this particular stock, keep a very strict stop loss below 800. And because of the result and all, if we find any kind of volatility and stock price tested 800, 810 level, then you can go long, keep stop loss below 800 level. And considering the weekly and monthly chart as stock price is trading is all-time high also, we can expect a price target of 880, 900 in upcoming time.
Okay, got that. Apart from this, are you also looking at the oil and gas space, Kiran? And could you give us your view on the upstream majors, ONGC, Oil India? Both of them are in the thick of action, especially ONGC among the top movers on the Nifty. It's 2% higher, and brokerage houses reports have also indicated a positive stance on this one today.
So as we discussed about BHEL also, ONGC is one of the same counter. The lastly at 290 level, we have seen on ONGC during 2014-15 level. After that, almost 10 years of year, the stock price is tested very much lower level. So it is again a decade breakout kind of a stock, and it has a very fairly resistance at somewhere around 220, 230, which is broken out. And after that, we are seeing since last couple of months the stock price into the height of high bottom pattern. So now there are chances we can see some consolidation pattern. So who is holding this particular stock, they can hold. If anyone wants to chase any momentum, they can go long at current market price, but keep very strict stop loss of 270 or 260 odds. If 270, 260 odds broken out, then there are chances we can expect prices to retest its earlier resistance of 220. So at current market price, if anyone wants to go long, they can go long. Keep very strict stop loss of 260, and we are expecting if 260 is not broken out, then we can see some upside of 330, 314 short span of time. So definitely you can go long, but 260 would be the stop loss.
Okay, and on Jeffries has actually given this buy call on ONGC with a target price of 390 on this one. They do believe that, of course, we have seen attractive valuations, better profitability, and therefore broad consensus is there as far as the uptick on ONGC is concerned. Let's also look at some of the other stocks that are finding some move. I think it's the cement pack that is again finding some traction. Sri Cement up 2.5%, India Cements up 2%. This entire space has been in the thick of action. Grasim is up in the Nifty space as well. It's up by about 1.5% odd. Anything in the cement basket, Kiran, that you are finding positive? Momentum continues?
So on large cap cement sector, Ultratech, Grasim, those are doing very good. But on similar fashion, Ambuja Cement, which we are liking as of now, Ambuja Cement and ACC, both are our preferred choice at current market price. If you check out the Ambuja Cement chart, the stock price was trading into the consolidation zone since yesterday. We are seeing it is giving breakout from that particular zone. The stock price has retested its 50 days moving average also. So at current market price in cement sector, Ambuja Cement would be the preferred choice. Keep very strict stop loss of 600, and looking at the daily price chart, we can expect prices to touch 700 kind of a level in upcoming time. Another ACC is the stock. Now on ACC, if you check out the stock, it is again made its recent high of 2800, and from that level it is trading into the lower bottom lower high chart. It means a falling trend line. Now it is giving a breakout from that level also, and sooner it will give breakout from double bottom pattern. So ACC is also very good stock at current market price. Keep a very strict stop loss below 2500, and current market price we can go long, and we can expect price target of 2700 in upcoming time. So Ambuja Cement and ACC would be the preferred choice in cement sector.
Okay, 32 minutes of trade have lapsed, and it's turning out to be a good day if you are an index trader as far as the Nifty is concerned, and if you are a PSU admirer. Very strong moves coming into railway stocks such as IRCTC at about 1073. You have a fairly strong uptake on that one. It's amongst the top two gainers as far as the price is concerned, 1.6% higher. And surprise, surprise, even Container Corporation 1.8% higher. Both these stocks, ladies and gentlemen, are trading very close to each other. 1070 as far as Container Corporation is concerned, and IRCTC 1073. Kiranji, coming to you, any favorites within the railway space that might be buzzing on the charts?
So honestly saying, I was checking out IRCTC chart only. We already recommend yesterday. The stock price was into the consolidation zone. We can see that stock price has formed is cup and handle pattern at high top pattern at higher end only. So it will be considered as a continue bullish pattern. So definitely we can expect some momentum into the IRCTC. The stock price is giving a multiple breakout at current market price also. So aggressive bet, if anyone wants to take, they can take at 1070, 1060 level. Keep very strict stop loss below 1030, and we can expect the price target of 1120, 1115 upcoming time. Let me recollect these things that we already recommended stock on your news channel somewhere around 700 as a Diwali pick, and from that level to today is 1070. We are still re-rate this stock, and we are expecting some fireworks to come continuing this stock.
Okay, I am pretty sure that Container Corporation is near a record high, but let's see what is the record high of IRCTC. Of course, it's one of the highest beta stocks that I have had the pleasure of tracking. The record high on IRCTC, ladies and gentlemen, is 1275. This is when the stock split was announced on 28th of October 2021. So it's actually retraced a 3-year high, a 2.5-year high definitely a 30-month high is what you see on the screens as far as IRCTC is concerned, and Container Corporation I am certain is at a record high. Again, let me just check, must be 5-7 rupees either way. No, it's at a record high and doing pretty well. The most recent high was 3 days ago, which was 1083, so you're just around that number. Let's again give you some good statistics in the market. At the moment, we'll be focusing on, ladies and gentlemen, a good stock. MRF, I don't want to discuss, the earnings are there today, but the stock is down 2.5% at 1,30,325. No point discussing it. Let's look at the Nifty 50. Okay, I want to take a view on Bajaj Finser, Kiranji. The reason is very specific, already 4% higher, but the volume, we have just gone into 45 minutes of trade, 40 minutes of trade, is already 117% of the 5-day average. What are Bajaj Finserv charts telling you?
So if we consider Bajaj Finance and Bajaj Finserv both chart, Bajaj very strong. Coming to the Bajaj Finserv, as you asked, so as of now, stock price has resistance of its falling trend line, number one. Number two, stock price has its horizontal resistance of 1700, and today we can see that again stock price has faced as resistance and not sustaining that particular level. So who is holding this stock? They can hold. If anyone wants to chase momentum or a fresh investment, I should suggest let's wait for 1700 to take out. Once the prices is taking out 1700, then only we can expect some fresh momentum can come in this particular stock. So as of now, who is holding this stock? They can hold with the stop loss of 1600. Fresh buying only advisable above 1700 level.
Okay, there's another stock called Hemisphere Properties in India Limited. Remember, this is a Government of India company. The reason why I mark this is because on the 5-minute chart there is a breakout on volume. Nothing much is happening as far as the price is concerned. It's just 0.5% higher, but normally a breakout on the 5-minute chart on volume is a precursor of bigger things to happen. We'll keep that in mind. J&K India, this is a newly listed stock 2 days ago. It listed at a 70% premium. 2 block deals yesterday by 2 very well known funds. The counter is now up 2% at about 609. Also 4% at 668.45. Please keep an eye out on that one as well. Nothing much to discuss there because data isn't much. Therefore, we are just marking the stock. What else is in the green? I think there's a company called Gujarat Ports Limited, Gujarat Pipavav Limited, GPPL. This is showing some strength, 217.30, nothing much in terms of price action, but given the fact that Adani Ports had shown a very decent number, Gujarat Ports is also picking up. Kiranji, anything that catches your attention?
So in port, I just wanted to discuss, as you mentioned about the Gujarat Pipavav port. Definitely the stock price is gaining the momentum, but another stock in port section, which is JSW Infrastructure. If you check JSW Infrastructure chart price, it is also giving a breakout from its past consolidation, number one. Number two, stock price has given a breakout from its ascending triangle pattern also. The today's gap up is not sustaining. That is something we can see some cautiousness. Otherwise, at current market price or any dips towards 250, 245 would be the great opportunity to enter this particular stock, not for only for the intraday, but for the investment perspective, we are discussing this stock. So at current market price or on dip, keep accumulating this particular stock, expecting a very sharp move in upcoming time. Keep very strict stop loss below 240, and considering the daily price chart, we can expect price target of 300 in very soon. So in this port section, JSW Infrastructure, we are liking.
Okay. Let me revisit BHEL. It's now up 7% in the F&O space. A very strong surge can be seen on this one, the top mover. And let me just ask Kiran to again look at the chart and tell us what is really in the offing. A very, very strong surge can be seen. We checked it when it was around 301. Now it's up. Now it's trading at 314 odd levels. And the momentum continues 7.3% higher right now as we speak. Kiran, your own sense as to where will this momentum take the stock higher to?
BHEL, right?
BHEL.
Yes. So as we discussed in the morning also, BHEL is a decade kind of a breakout, and we are expecting price target of 330 in short time. So definitely, who is holding this particular stock, they can hold. Earlier we discussed this stocks and recommended stop loss of 290. Now trail this stop loss to 300 level and keep holding that stock. Fresh buying we are not recommending at current market price. So let's wait and watch for the fresh entry. Who is having this stock, they can enjoy this rally till 330, 340 kind of level.
Okay, got that. You know, one stock which is on the downside I want to discuss is Cummins. It's Cummins PLC has actually lowered the guidance for the Indian business, and therefore you see the stock down by about 1.4% right now. They've said that they've cut the guidance to about -5 to 5%, whereas the earlier guidance was flat to positive 5%. And they do believe that the heavy engine business may face some pressure going forward from here on. Cummins, how would you really look at this one?
So Cummins daily price chart, if we are checking out, the stock price is into the traditional uptrend, heart of high bottom pattern, the momentum indicator into the extreme overbought territory. So fresh buying would be the high risky buying. But considering daily price chart or intraday price chart, there is a rectangle pattern breakout. And today also we have seen that stock price made low of 3200 kind of, and from that level we are seeing some fast rally also and trading at days high. So definitely if anyone wants to go long, they can go long at 3350, 3360 level. Keep very strict stop loss of 3300, and considering the price chart, we can expect 3500 kind of a level in short time.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, 3 minutes left for the market show to be wrapped up. The Nifty in absolutely pink of health, record high seen in early deals, a gap up which was primarily on account of Bajaj Finance, is doing extremely well. We have 22,772 on the board. It's a century as far as gains are concerned. Strong moves coming in on Nifty Bank as well. 49,414. Record high we've seen on mid caps and small cap indices. The market is abuzz with gains. Advanced declines are favoring the bulls. We track 19 indices for you. All 19 of them are in the green. Metals, financial services, the energy and the power pack, and the mid caps and the small caps are driving the market higher. In terms of record highs as far as the Nifty is concerned, you've seen State Bank of India hit a record high. There is a very strong move coming in on Grasim. There is an equally strong move on counters such as Hindustan Zinc, fresh record high, 459, 6% higher. Power Finance Corporation, 484, 3.5% higher. You have CESE, 155, 1.7% higher. Remember, this is the largest electricity producer in West Bengal, doing pretty well. RECL, this is a stock that we've discussed over the last 2 or 3 working days, another record high, 563.45, about 1/3% higher. And across the board you have strong volumes as far as the Nifty is concerned in Bajaj Finance, already 123% of 5-day average. Coal India is something that I'm also looking at, about 83% of 5-day average is done. Strong moves coming in on Hindalco, NTPC, Power Grid and Tata Steel. You name it, it's showing a sign of happiness. Sakshi.
All right, viewers, thank you so much, Kiran, for being with us on the show and discussing all these wonderful stock ideas and strategies for all our viewers. A pleasure to have you on Business Today, and we'll have you back very, very soon. The markets right now 122 points higher, 22,768 on the Nifty. We are seeing momentum build up, and of course, Bajaj Twins continue to remain at the top of the Nifty movers. ONGC follows along with Shriram Finance, NTPC, Tata Steel and Tata Consumer Products. These are the other big movers as far as the Nifty gainers are concerned. On the downside, however, you do see stocks like Bharti Airtel, which is down by 1%. HDFC Life, Britannia, L&T, Maruti, Nestle and Tech Mahindra are the big drags as of now as far as the Nifty is concerned. On the F&O space, BHEL continues a strong showing, 8.5% higher right now. And along with this, there's Atul Limited that we discussed, Sri Cement, Power Finance Corporation, and you also had Cholamandalam Investment that continued to move higher in trade as well. We'll wrap it up at that. Many thanks for joining us on Business Today, and we will continue to get you all the insights from the world of business and finance. So stay tuned to Business Today Television. Until then, it's a goodbye from me, BHEL and me. Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is the earnings special edition where our focus is on